Hello everyone and welcome back to Revival League Season 2 Open Qualifiers Round 4. My name is Retro and we have a really great game going on here between the third and fourth place team. It's WARD0GS versus HOAX Esports. HOAX Esports. I don't know which one I said. If you were there in the stream that we had just a little bit ago, between SPR and Gladiators, you'll know that we had Oregon. We have Oregon again, so it's just a day of repeats, I guess. But I'm just happy that we don't have to look at Chalet, especially because we've already seen HOAX play Chalet, and I've already said this, and I do still stand by it. I've said that that HOAX might just be the best team so far in these qualifiers. Now, considering that I do believe that they're the third. They're either the third or the fourth. I'm not really sure between the placings of these two teams. I don't think that it really even matters, especially because there's still, so many games to play out of this round 4, and then there's also an entire round 5 to play out. So it's really, irrelevant where they are right now. It could all change. But so even though they're currently not the top spot, I do still think that the way that they play and the synergy between this team is really something that is a rare scene in the sort of T3 T4 side of Siege. So it's a really, really pleasant watch every single time that you get to see them play. It's just the way that they communicate with each other is just really, really nice to see. So but that said, WARD0GS are not far off of that, and I mean it's obvious considering that they are right in tandem with them in those standings. So it's definitely not something that should come as a surprise to people right now. But this is why I'm really, really excited for this matchup, because of how evenly matched these two teams are. And then tomorrow we have a 5 Stars versus Oblivion game that I think is going to be even more exciting, because those are the first and second place teams. So a couple of really, really interesting games coming up for us here. But before we get ahead of ourselves, Oblivion and 5 Stars tomorrow, right now it's HOAX and WARD0GS. Starting out on the defensive side are WARD0GS, going straight down into basement first.
Locate and defuse a bomb.
Yeah, really brave for the smoke to be playing that shield without the Wamai present. The Wamai is roaming all the way far away from sight alongside David the Goyo. So far, I think that they will remain uncontested. Cyberstar might be the only one to contest them here from the top of small tower, but I do think he will be avoiding them for now, as he is going into the big window into the bunks instead. Rotating away from his position is Drip. Does see the drone that had just spotted him out and decides to fall back and move some other way so that he doesn't lose his life. Chorus with the kill onto David. I didn't know that David had pulled away as well. Murray Pili with the follow-up trade to take care of Chorus. So that's the Flores gone. A very, very important operator for this take, especially with the Azami still on the board. We see Azami get banned time and time again, and with good reason. Her best counter is Flores, so with him off the board this early on, it could really spell trouble for HOAX if they're not careful. They do still have 4 grenades in the pocket of Cyberstar and Braz, but they are nowhere to be found so far as to getting rid of those Kiba barriers, so that might still be a bit of an issue. Joker all the way inside of T3 right now as the Warden. Now, of course, you want the Warden down near sight. With the Ying ban from WARD0GS, it might...
Changing mags.
As my friend say,
Bomb located by attackers.
All set to blow it up. Defense is up. Stay back.
Device is going dark.
Attackers drop the bomb diffuser. Attackers have recovered.
Reload.
15 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go. Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Activating jammer. Planting toxins. Deploying jammer. Securing door. Setting the base. Loading new layer.
Entry point secured. Reloading.
10 seconds remaining. Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb. 5 seconds left before
Package ready.
insertion. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Initiating jammer.
I'm reloading.
Swapping.
Setting up a little show.
Raising our defenses. Raising oxen set.
Drones coming up.
Activate. Drone ready. Charge.
Hold still. I'll help.
Mental breach activated.
Stay clear of the blast.
Aircraft in sight.
Mountain out. Perimeter defense up. Breaching with Selma.
Swapping back. Reload.
Breaching top.
15 seconds. 10 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go. Attackers are activating the bomb diffuser. Defenders have located the diffuser. Bomb diffuser disabled by defenders. Defenders win. Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. Seconds remaining.
Activate jammer.
5 seconds to go. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Reinforcing wall.
Keep us secured.
Claymore mine active.
As designed, FIBA activated. All set to blow it up.
Knock, knock.
Barrier active. FIBA set.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
In position.
A bomb has been located.
Gotta reload.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Right, jammer ready to activate. Cleared. Doorway trapped. Needles in position. Blast zone. Loading new magazine.
Camera.
10 seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds to insertion.
That's clear.
Attackers must locate and defuse the bomb.
Doorway trapped. Clear of blast zone. Loading mag. Jammer ready. RCE Latino out.
Attackers have located a bomb. Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Jammer ready to activate.
Setting up a diversion.
Initiate jammer.
10 seconds left. 5 seconds left. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Grenade. EDD magnet active. Sequential breaching activated. Jammer ready to activate. Swapping mags.
Keep us secured.
Reload.
And I am back. I really apologize. I've been gone for so long. I didn't realize that I was gone. Something happened to my PC. I thought it only kicked me from the Parsec, but it kicked me from everything. And in the entire time that I was trying to reconnect back into Discord, so much happened. I missed most of it, but it's a 3 versus 3 with only about a minute gone. I don't know what happened. I heard a Gone 6 go off, and then kills happened. So, a lot of trades, a lot of kills. But Hoax are in a pretty good position. They still have their buck, they still have the Ash, and they still have the Ace. This is a really, really good position for them to be in. Unfortunately, they did lose both of their flank watch operators, so they will have to do so with the drones remaining. Unfortunately, those are only 3. And that could be a bit of trouble if they're not in good positions to spot out some of these defenders flanking them. It could be a bit of a problem, like, for example, Aribo, who could actually go down, but David gets the kill of the pixel, and now Retro, with only about a pixel of HP, will have to aid Braz in retrieving the diffuser and then trying to win this round. Well, I said it, but apparently you guys couldn't even hear it. I said that Hoax were... The Hoax, this was their best attempt at actually winning a round. And last time, it just came down to winning their gunfights, and, they were in a 2v2 post plant. Can they achieve it again? With Retro and non-existent HP, the diffuser cold on the ground, it might not be so easy. There goes the drop from the hatch, and there goes the kill, and there goes the second one. I didn't even know that was penetrable, I'm gonna be honest. Would have definitely died to it and called somebody a cheater, but Trip is the one to clean up that round and put WARD0GS at a seriously significant advantage in this matchup. Wow. I don't know how much of that you guys weren't able to hear. Apparently, I've been gone for like 10 minutes or something. I don't know what happened. I heard like a Windows update sound, and then it kicked me from Parsec, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I had no idea that I wasn't in the Discord and therefore on the stream either. I don't know if you guys heard me say that Hoax are currently harboring a fake retro. If you did, then great, because that was a really funny speech that I gave. If you didn't, well, I'll make it eventually at some point. I say it every game that Hoax are playing, so there will definitely be more opportunities. But in any case, despite WARD0GS being on Oregon defense, this is a really, really bad position for Hoax to be in, as this is a site that they weren't able to win before, and their attack on it wasn't all that great. They lost people really, really quickly. They're bringing the Monty again, which already didn't work out once. They're bringing it again, hoping that it works out this time, and with slightly limited hard breach ability, which really there's only the can openers of the Monty, which is not ideal, and only the Ace. They could be putting themselves at a bit of a, pickle if they're not careful. The front line so far will be Drip, who goes on the cams. I don't think he knows that he's being pushed from the small tower. He might be aware of it by now, or at least is just expecting somebody to be there, but Braz, already being inside of dining, could just be catching him off guard. I think he's waiting for Cyberstar to try and breach that wall. There he goes. That wall will be getting opened up, and now they will be trying to have a double-way peek onto him, but Trip retreats all the way into security and just waits for somebody to push him. Cyberstar completely unaware. Will be swinging out on the white stairs, trying to hold an angle onto that, make sure nobody flanks him from there, and now it's just Braz and Cyberstar both holding angles or droning, trying to find him. Cyberstar pushes straight in, and it's Drip who it's not Drip, it is Braz who misdroned him, completely missed him inside of there. Pixel is the next one to go down to David. Braz now aware of his position, will have to pre-fire, can't quite get the kill. And again, it's all down to Retro and Korix. They weren't able to do this before. Can they do it now? The Malusi Banshees are causing Retro quite a bit of trouble. He can't really move as quickly as he wanted to. Korix does pick up the kill onto David, but that's only David. That's not Drip, who's been so far causing so much trouble, and who's the person that is forbidding Retro to cross any further. It's a reboot to shut down Korix, and now it's all down to Retro. He does get one with the pistol, but wastes a lot of that pistol ammo, leaving himself only on 2 bullets, only on 5 bullets, apologies. Does manage to reload, but those Kiba barriers will be quite a nuisance. He still has to pick up the diffuser, does finally retrieve it. 45 seconds left to go in a 1 versus 3. This is a winnable position if you are not playing Monty. I feel like Monty is absolutely the worst clutch operator, unless you're Pengu, probably. So Retro will have to channel his inner Pengu right now to try and salvage this round, shooting a couple of those goop mines to make sure that they don't catch him, as then he's completely gone. 25 seconds left to go. He will have to do one of the craziest clutches I've ever seen in order to win this, but those Kiba barriers will be causing him so much trouble. Those Banshees in the way at all times, having to break the Kiba barriers with his shield. There goes a C4, doesn't get the kill, but they're shooting his feet, they're shooting his head, and it's a Revo with the kill. WARD0GS put themselves on match point, and we haven't even seen the side switch. Oh, Lord. And to think that at the start of the game, I was thinking this is going to be one of the most exciting matchups we've seen so far. It's the 3rd and 4th place team. It's a team that I believe to be the best team in the qualifier so far. And they're getting absolutely blasted out of nowhere by WARD0GS. This is a really bad position for Hoax to be in right now. They cannot afford a single mistake. And they will have to hold on to this with their teeth. Now, of course, Oregon is a pretty defense-sided map, but to be losing every single round is pretty bad, especially for a team like Hoax. I think either of these teams getting 7-0'd or even 7-2 is really, really unexpected. I think the top 5 teams in the standings currently, they're pretty
Reloading. Cover me.
inconspicuous as to getting, you know, getting beated. What am I saying? Beaten this way. I mean, it's not really something that you'd expect from teams like this, but hopefully they'll be able to hold on to this, and maybe it is just a really that defensive-sided Oregon to the point where Hoax are able to claw out a overtime, but that is so long away, so far away to try and bring it all the way down to there. And Laura is making quick work of a lot of this utility already, forcing Retro on a bit of a back foot here inside of Elbow. Fieldless and ADS-less, trying to hold on to that. The attack seems to be coming completely from the tower side, which might be a bit of a help to Hoax if it indeed ends up that way, if they are indeed going only that way and not the freezer or front side, as of course the more angles that you have to watch out for, the worse it could be. So hopefully for Hoax, that's not what will happen, but they're making quick work of a lot of these hatches and a little bit of soft destruction here onto the E-box wall is stripped. I do believe that they've completely locked out Cyberstar now, as can't quite cross over those stairs. He might get shot down from there, can't quite cross into bunkers. Of course, there's a player above and a player inside of bunker itself, holding on to that. And now with the Hibana doing a little bit of damage onto those walls, they're going to create even more angles. Cyberstar does indeed push up into blue, gets shot down from Mary Pili, who I believe drowned him out and knew that he was pushing up. Frag grenades coming out, as well as those flashes. David looks away and doesn't see Squirts, but it doesn't matter as Squirts goes down anyway. It's Braz with the follow-up onto Aribo. Pixel with the follow-up on the Drip. Retro knows there's somebody down the laundry stairs, but he can't do much. It's all down to Braz. In a 1v1, he turns a 1 versus 3 into 1v1. He has the HP advantage against Mary Philly, who has very, very limited information and very limited utility left on his side. Wasting the last bits of his utility, those flashes, to try and force Braz off of the peak, but Braz gets brave, gets the kill, and keeps Hoax alive for just a little bit longer. As I said, Hoax cannot afford a single mistake in this half. I think that they made a fair amount of them there, but if they are able to hold on to those, make sure that that's not going to happen. Make sure that that's not going to happen again. They could just get this done. But it's, again, as I said, it's such a long way away to try and do what Hoax must do in this situation, which is win another 5 rounds. And of course, this is a position where you have to mentally convince yourself that you're only playing one more round. You are only playing every single round. You have to play like this is the last round that you're playing for the day, which it could just be, but you have to play it like that is the only round that you're playing and you have to win it. Because if you were thinking any further ahead than that, you're already putting yourself in a bad good. Just because you are in that position where that is the only round that you're playing. You just have to completely forget about the, 5 more that are ahead of you, or the 4 more that are ahead of you. You just have to think, okay, this is the one round. If we win this, we win the whole thing. And you just have to constantly, it's a real mental battle with yourself to be there. But it's just something that you have to do as a player in Siege if you want to try and win it. You cannot be thinking ahead when you were this far behind. Maybe when they get to 6-4, they could start thinking a little bit long term. But for right now, it's just about trying to survive and stay alive rather than trying to think of any strategies or trying to think of anything more than what's immediately up ahead. And there we go, Cyberstar with the good first pick onto Drift. That's the Buck, who will not be doing any damage from below, but Cyberstar completely unaware of the Iana inside of Classroom, goes for a C4 that does get Joker. That's a really knowledgeable kill, gets him, but does get shut down immediately right away. That was a really, really great push from Cyberstar to get to, even though he did get shut down. I think he should have probably been dead a lot sooner than that, as the Veed was shooting him from inside a Classroom. Retro taking a little bit of damage from the vertical nades. Can't really move. Was stuck a little bit. The game wouldn't let him vault over it and cross. Was he? He was stuck inside a cardboard box, is what Happy says. I didn't even spot that there was a cardboard box there to begin with. Oh yeah, he was stuck in the cardboard box. But that was that could have ended really, really badly, as if another grenade followed up on that, he wouldn't have been able to escape that, and it would have been a 3 versus 3. WARD0GS now at a disadvantage, losing a lot of this information that they had from those drones, still having to attack into HOAX Esports. David rotating all the way around, effectively leaving Aribo and Maripili in a 2 versus 4 on this side of the map, as he's trying to go around into Small Tower and maybe push up the white stairs, where Pixel is holding on to quite closely, so he will be aware of that push coming around. Of course, again, a little bit aggressive, can't quite get the shots. Aribo picks up the kill. Raz is the next one to go down to David. They do get the trade onto him. Retro with the shotgun can't quite get the kill either, as Maripili shuts down Pixel. The smoke will not stop the plant. 20 seconds left to go. Those Goyo canisters will prevent Retro from pushing into sight from the doorway. Both of the remaining attackers are proning, and it's Maripili to get the final kill onto Retro, and WARD0GS win this 7-1. An absolute slam dunk onto HOAX, which I really, really did not expect. Not so much that I didn't expect them losing. I think that any of these teams all still have a potential to lose. I just did not expect it to be this much of a closeout, and now I'm starting to rethink my choices of calling HOAX the best team in this qualifier. But I do think that still stands, even though they lost, mainly because of just the way that they play. I think this was a really, really bad example of what they can do and what we've already seen them do. But WARD0GS' success cannot be understated. They did a really, really bad, what am I saying? So sorry. Oh no, they did a really good job. I apologize. That was a complete misspeak. I have no idea why I said that, but they did a really, really good job to win that game, to absolutely annihilate on their attacking half, which you don't really see all that often. You don't see teams do that well on the attacking half, but they absolutely pulled it off, and what a game that was. But a game that was to see. WARD0GS are absolutely not letting themselves be messed with. And wow, what a game that was to watch. I guess, again, we will be doing a what's it called? MVP call out, whatever. I think probably Drip. I feel like he's gotten so many kills, but then Maripili also got nearly an ace in one of those rounds. Oh, it's close. And I'm going to piss somebody off no matter who I pick. I will go with Drip, just because that is... it feels right for now. But, you know, there's still so many games to play out in the open quals, in the closed quals, and then in the season following, which I have no doubt that WARD0GS and HOAX Esports, for that matter, will be heading off into. So, you know, there's still so many games to play out. I think a lot of these, if not all of these players, will have their moment to shine as MVP. But for right now, I will pick Drip. Again, I really apologize for whatever happened. I don't know. I heard a Windows update sound and then everything sort of went bonkers. I lost connection to Parsec, which we use to stream the game from the observer to the casters. Which I thought that it only kicked me from that. As it turns out, it kicked me from everything else as well, as I now see all of the rest of my programs are also shut down, and apparently it kicked me from Discord, which I didn't even realize. So, you missed a couple rounds of commentary. I think a lot of people were probably, or at least a few people will be happy to get a little bit of peace of quiet for a couple of those rounds. But yeah, I apologize for that. Hopefully tomorrow we will not have any of those mishaps. We have two really, really banging games coming out tomorrow as well. There will be one at 7 o'clock European time coming up tomorrow, which will actually not be casted by me. It will be casted by somebody else, but I will not reveal that information to you just yet. You will have to stay tuned and watch the stream tomorrow to find out who will be casting tomorrow's game. But in any case, thank you all for watching. Do keep those notifications on and be here tomorrow for both of those games. Do not disappoint me. I will come there. I will know if you're not watching. So come watch, be active in chat. Thank you all for watching. Have a good night.